everybody, and welcome to Zelda Speedruns, broadcasting the Link to the Past Randomizer Pilot Spoiler 2021 tournament. We've got the grand finals for you today. It's Dodgers Gone Wild versus If You Can't Beat 'Em, Pilot Them. It's Game 3, the deciding match of the entire tournament. The winner today will be the champion of the whole thing. Commentating for us, we have Zeke Highwind and Adalor, and tracking is Scott G239. Say hello, everybody.
Hello, everybody.
Hello, everybody.
Yeah, thank you for the nice intro, Ricky. We'll take it from here. We're waiting on our countdown. Waiting for both our runners to get readied up. We'll be starting momentarily here. In case you're not aware of what's going on, this is Pilot Spoiler. So these two runners on screen are actually in teams of two. They have a pilot off screen, but on voice with them, who will have the full log of the game. They'll be directing them through it as to get through it as fast as possible, telling them where to go and constructing a route behind the scenes. And that means it's going to be a quick and furious race. It's going to be some nice low percent completion. It's going to be fun. And there is our countdown. We'll be getting going in just half a minute here.
And there was a question in chat on who our pilots are for these two runners. Gamachu is being piloted by Moogle Charm, and Relkin is being piloted by 1UP. And these two teams have had a long ways to go to get here, have they not?
I'm assuming that was a cue for me.
If I miss a question, I'm sorry. We'll pick that up. All right, we got a map. So the instant sank check is because obviously the pilots just got the log. They literally have not had time to look at it, and so the runners will just get like the instant sank check. So the pilots at the very beginning are looking for trying to find like what's their early items. So they need to go to the Lost Woods. So they need to find bombs to get anything out of Kakariko. There are a lot of really fast decisions that have to be made. So it's natural for runners to kind of just do their own thing for a little bit while the pilot gets oriented with the seed.
Yes, and it looks like Gamma is heading into the Lost Woods for us. One thing the log has is it does have tree pole information, as well as stun prize information.
So look at this! Look at this Cackwell! Wow!
Look at this Cackwell.
So Gamma pulled a key from the mushroom spot, and he's dropping in for a bomb pack. Nice 3 bombs for free. And that Cackwell was a sword, a hammer, and a mirror, and I think another key that I didn't miss. We can look that up. Let's see.
It was a heart piece.
It was a heart piece. Okay. I imagine Pilot just said, go to Cackwell. Don't get the back.
Probably.
Because as a pilot, you're scrambling to put a route together as fast as possible, and if you see there's enough things in a location, you just tell your runner to just, go to Cackwell, go to Blind's Hut, and you don't tell them what to get, because that gives you just time to think and organize.
I did that to you, didn't I?
Yes, you did. You oftentimes, because there's a lot of thinking required, and you have to go really fast.
And Relkin had to play the 50-50 bush there. For those who don't know, that fourth bush from the left in the second from the bottom row is a 50-50 bomb chance.
Oh, interesting. Relkin missed the flute in the back of Cackwell. I guess he was going to try to get bombs first. Interesting. Okay. I mean, I assume he'll go back for that probably.
I would assume so. Seems kind of important to miss.
Considering we do have a crystal on Meyer, yes, that will be definitely required.
Now, we have a flute active. This does open a lot of places to go, which means that this makes the job even harder for the pilot.
Yeah, normally, early flute sucks for pilot because they have more options they have to figure out now. The world opens up significantly. They get to like South Shore or the mountain really fast now. Normally, you could send your runner off and be like, all right, just go to South Shore and just give me some time. But then you don't have much thinking time in this one. Looks like Gamma's going to head for Castle this time to start off with.
And I love it. Chat me pointing out that with the Super Mario Odyssey sprite, 1UP is just playing the role of Cappy.
That's actually, I like it. It's actually good.
Though, that's a glove.
Yep, that's our first glove in the uncle chest.
Meanwhile, Relkin is going for the mountain already. With a mirror and a hammer, we could have something...
Oh, maybe not.
Maybe not.
Nope, going to 5. Heading into Saha, probably.
Well, wherever he's going, Gamma's right there with him.
Oh, Gamma's got that glove so he can go straight up to Eastern. So I'm guessing the target is Eastern. And Relkin just hasn't gotten to that glove just yet. Oh, stopping off in here too. Must be something here good too.
With the glove, I imagine Gamma will pick it up on the way out, whatever is in here.
Oh, full heart. Okay, that's nice.
Safety heart.
Yeah, that's something you probably won't see a lot of in these races. Oh, there's our second sword already in Cannonball. Nice. We're continuing into Eastern, so clearly there's more to do in here. But yeah, in spoiler, you're probably not going to see a lot of safeties. These are going to be relatively low equipment runs. They're not going to get a lot of extra hearts because they're not going to be picking up heart pieces along the way. They're going to get whatever's convenient, basically.
Well, it's like as a reference for how low on safety this can be. Gamma spent most of the last race on 5 hearts blue mail.
That sounds about right. Yeah, 5 blue is it's for some of these runners can just be okay. Like they'll be comfortable with that because they're really good at the game.
These runners included. But it does look like Gamma will be going for that 4th heart from Saha's closet. And that's a Tower of Hera big key we picked up as well.
Yep, so it is worth mentioning that we play pilot spoiler on full key sanity. It is open keys, so they still need to just get 7 crystals and then go climb GT fight Ganon. But the keys are all mixed up too, so that adds some routing complexity. Gives more for the pilot to do.
Yeah, because you have to think to route in those keys, and especially in some cases like Palace of Darkness, you have to figure out how many keys you need. Oh
yeah, pod smalls are awful because you have to study that dungeon and figure out where everything is and be like, all right, how many keys can we actually use to get through this dungeon? And then you determine that number, you go find those keys, hope you haven't missed any incidentally, you have to go back for. Pod's an awful dungeon in Pilot Spoiler.
Speaking of Pod, though, it looks like we have Penda, Pod, Swamp, and Skull. Which does mean we're going to need some big keys, because our two of our 3 dungeons we can reliably do without a big key are pendants.
We got a nice free blue potion on top of Spec Rock. That'll be super nice. And Gamma's heading into Hera with Relkin right on his tail.
And we're just going straight up. And just Bunny Sprite is a toad. I love it.
I've looked ahead. I like what's in this big chest.
Oh no.
Oh yes.
Are we about to laugh?
Oh, this is good. This is real good.
Yeah. In case it wasn't obvious, one of us is reading a spoiler log. The other is not.
I can't help myself. You give me a... Ooh, look, I didn't... Oh, there's boots there, too. Hair is real good.
This hair is good.
The bomb jump to the big chest, and... Vanilla Moon Pearl!
You weren't wrong. We're gonna laugh.
The seat is great. And since we're in Hera and it is a crystal, we'll go ahead and head up the stairs and take care of the Moldworm too.
And by picking up boots, Pichu there learned agility.
Yep, just sliding right through that bumper like it's nothing. Alright, Moldworm, be nice. Despite everything that we know about this seed, we of course don't know how Moldworm's going to behave. The RNG can still be terrible. Gamma handles it no problem.
We don't know a lot of the RNG side of this. We just know stuff that is randomized.
And that's our first dungeon clear for Gamma, with Relkin just a few seconds behind.
Because, like, the spoiler log also tells us things like what you get for throwing a bottle into the waterfall and pyramid fairies, or how many digs it's going to take to get your dig game. Lots of useful knowledge.
Oh yeah, lots of things you can just, yeah, like exactly, useful knowledge.
And it looks like we're going to the Dark World now. And that is a valid point from chat. Nothing at East Death Mountain so far. At least nothing they want yet.
Yeah, considering that they've got access to it, they could easily go to Paradox, but there's clearly no reason to do so, at least not yet. Yeah, Gamma's headed into Dark World here. Going to start with Village of Outcasts, and Relkin is going to go ahead and go to Uncle Chest, get that glove, and then we'll see where they go next. Because there's definite possibility that they'll diverge here and go different places. There's certainly going to be like an optimal route for every seed, but it's a matter of whether your pilot can kind of determine that within the frantic, like, low amount of time that's available. Ooh, second glove and brewery.
So we've got full Dark World access now.
Hammer 2 gloves. What more could you want?
And Magic Mirror. What more could you want? Looking at the items we don't have, more swords.
More swords would be nice, yeah. We got a big key to Turtle Rock in the C-shaped house. We'll definitely need that for later. TR is a dungeon that's relatively easy to figure out. You need either 3 keys or 4, and you'll need 4 keys if there's something in lava chest. That's about it. It is mercifully easy to figure out for your piloting.
Unlike a certain Palace of Darkness.
Mm-hmm. And now next move is going to head straight to the mire area. Let's see what's up here. We don't have any medallions yet, so we're definitely not dipping into mire, unless there's one in Mire Shed.
It could also be desert area, too.
Mire Shed is on the table. What are we going to find here, Gamma? He's big. Okay.
That's a fun trip.
So you gotta go to village to get your glove, then to mire area to get your thieves' big key, and then you can go back to village. Yeah, you know, just keys things.
Yeah, just keys things. That's a regular enough keys play. That's a hookshot at K45, and that's why is that under the front doorstep?
Yeah, that's right next to Mire right there. That's a Samaria in checkerboard.
Forgive me for using my most common state, but why is that there? Any idea?
Just rando things. Looks like we might be heading back to actually take care of Thieves Town, judging by where Gamma's headed. And where's Relkin up to? Looking like we're actually going to find something useful in the Hype Cave. Ooh, that might be. Imagine.
I don't think we had anything in our Hype Caves. So it's kind of fun to see Hype Cave actually be useful.
Skipping the NPC, going right for chest 2, heart piece. Oh, chest 3 is a heart. Chest 4 is a bow. Ooh, okay.
Okay, yeah, picking up incidental heart pieces can be useful for getting some safety.
Gamma's also snagged a small key to Ice Palace from the first check in Thieves Town. Not strictly necessary, but having external Ice Palace keys can be very helpful for running the dungeon.
Yeah, there are some dungeons where it's just nice to have that key. Ice is one of them.
Skullwoods is another one too, because if there's nothing in Skullfront, having one key from outside lets you go straight to the back and not have to deal with like the Gibdo and all that.
This is true. And if there is something in Skull, you don't have to soft lock yourself in the middle.
Also that.
Like, say, getting bows out of Pinball Room repeatedly.
Zeke fondly remembering at least one of our seeds.
I swear, I see more bows in Pinball Room, because I saw that happen during one of the earlier matches of this exact matchup. And yeah, Relkin getting the cane and the items from Mire Shed.
Yep, just trailing a little bit behind Gamma here. The routes, you're going to see a lot of similarities in their routing. There's our fire rod in the attic of Thievestown. Because, like I said, there's going to be an optimal route. So they're going to be some overlap. It's just a matter of there's a lot of execution. Let's be honest. Spoiler is a very big execution heavy thing because your runner does not have to really think about what they're doing. They're just following instructions and they're just trying to play the game on this low percent as perfect as they possibly can.
As one of the other commentators from earlier in this series said, this mode is very heavy on the pilot early in the game as they have to scramble to find everything, and then late in the game when you're trying to play those endgame dungeons, it's all back on the runner, and we have to go to Mire to get Thieves Big to get the Desert Big.
This back
Just
and forth
keys
this is just keys things, all right. God, that back and forth is obnoxious.
Yeah, imagine not having a spoiler log for this.
Oh yeah, sometimes we take these seeds and they seem like they're relatively simple to figure out when you have the log, but then you look at it and be like, man, this would be awful to play blind. I have done that more than once, like put a seed that I've seen in spoiler into like a streamer's like a seed queue and said, here, play this.
Speaking of blind,
we do indeed have Gamma fighting blind and just slightly off script for the last hit. Not that it really matters. Otherwise, that was a very good blind fight. We have a small key to pod. Ooh, our first one. We haven't really seen many pod keys so far. We may not really need many of them.
I mean, ideally, we don't need any of them.
Yeah, we'd like to not have to go independent pod. That would be ideal. I'm sorry, they have 2 keys on their side.
Chat is guessing there's an ice rod there.
Chat is always going to guess awful things. That's chat's job. But see, I know better. I can look where everything is if I so desire. I just haven't been looking up that much. I still like surprises, even though I like information, but I also like surprises. It's a tough balance.
You know, I don't think I like that we got a fire rod before going to Skullwoods. Pendant Skullwoods.
Gamma's got a big 20. Yeah, big 20. That might actually be contributing towards like pod money or something.
Yeah, look at his money.
He's got 92 rupees. Maybe.
And just hitting that rope shows one of the challenges of this mode. We have green pale 5 hearts. Things are doing 2 hearts of damage.
Yep, you got to be really careful in the Dark World in particular. With like running on 5 green, you're just a couple hits away from death at any given point.
Well, I mean, look at Relkin. These heads do 2 hearts of damage as well.
Well, there's our Eastern big in the bridge chest in Skullwoods. So that and he's mirroring away. So clearly Moth is not involved. So we're okay there.
No, I think he's walking back to the portal. Or he's flew away. Cool. It looked like he was walking down toward the portal from top.
Yeah, that may have been a moment of trying to figure out where to go next on the fly and then saying, all right, just flute to 4. So if you're going fast enough, your pilot may just like really be like scrambling to find what to do in the next few seconds.
And
yeah,
picking up a big key off of the... Oh, that's an important big key.
We do want that GTBK, yeah.
Also, I saw a 20 rupee triple.
Yeah, Gamma's got 131 now, so that would be enough money for pod if we have to go there for something. We might be running for it right now. Let's see.
No,
nope,
he wants his hook shot.
Oh, yeah, that's right. We do have the hook shot in K45. That's important, too. Swamp is a pendant, but, hook shot is if you're not an adept hover, hookshot's 100% required for any seed in which you have to clear GT.
And even some of the top level players don't hover.
Yeah, it's really quite a tricky skill. Gamma's got his hookshot, and we're going to flute away, see where he goes next, and then Relkin on the other side is getting to the back of Skull Woods, going to be chasing down that eastern big key most likely.
I think chat's found the spoiler log a bit, based on hints we're getting.
I mean, it's entirely possible. I mean, if you're you know where to look. I mean, it's a race room. Just keep it to yourselves. Many of us in the chat will just will be completely going off of not knowing where anything is, and we'll try to keep it that way.
And it does look like we're going to Palace of Darkness.
We are indeed. So that money that Gamma was collecting is indeed for getting into Pod, which means we've got some important stuff in Pendant Pod. Imagine that.
That's pretty good foresight to go get your money for Pendant Pod on your way. Really good foresight by Moogle and Gamma for that.
Meanwhile, we've got Relkin. We've got actual honest to God divergence this time. Relkin has doing a fake flipper. Looks like we're heading straight into Ice Palace.
TR small key. We need at least 3 of those.
We sure do. 4 if there's anything in Lava Chest.
That's fun. Let's do 6-heart green mail Ice Palace. Does that sound fun?
Yeah, I don't know about that. All right, so we haven't need much for pod smalls. We've got like 2, and 2 has been enough because we're heading straight to the back, which means you've got something probably in the Rupee basement or the turtle room, maybe Dark Maze for a hammer jump. Hammer jump extremely useful in this, by the way.
This and any keys mode.
Yeah, because if you know there's something in Dark Maze and you can scrape together 2 keys, that's all you need. Heck, you can do it with 1 key if you've got hammer and bow. Ooh, our 3rd sword's in Pod Dark Maze bottom. All right. Or that's not the Dark Maze, it's the Rupee basement. And that's what we got. We got a sword and a heart piece. We're good.
And it looks like we might be going back into Eastern here while we're here.
Now would be a perfect time to clear out Eastern. We've got a bow.
So that's an interesting route divergence. Relkin's choosing to delay that trip to Pod to Pod Eastern and is doing Master Sword Ice Palace.
Yeah, or I wonder if maybe they've scoped out, they've decided there's a different sword available somewhere and they can pick it up, or they don't, maybe they feel like they don't need to go to Pod for that, because that is definitely a time commitment, going into the back of Pod for a tempered sword. Like, it's a big deal, but you're fighting for seconds. Like, is that worth it?
The question is, where's the other TR small going to be? Because there was also TR small in Stalfo's basement.
There's one of them in Freezor. So yeah, if we don't need anything in Lava Chest, we'll again talk about Tier a little bit. We only need 3 of those keys, but there are 4 in the world, so you've got to find 3 for sure. And if we can skip one of them in Pod, then yeah, maybe. You can be sure there's a lot of communication going on. Like sometimes, like maybe the pilot is like, all right, or our 4 keys are here. Like, what do you think? How do you think you can get to 3 of them the fastest? And you might have a little back and forth and determine which those 3 keys are actually the ones you want to get. And we've got Relkin, by the way, fighting Cold Stare, opting to use that potion to continue going crazy with the Fire Rod, because Master Sword Cold Stare with 6 hearts green is not a fun fight. So you want to just go ahead and use that Fire Rod to its full effect.
Yeah. And up until doing comms for this finals series, I have not seen anybody do that quick kill setup that Gamma uses. But it works.
It certainly does work. And Gamma's got a crystal from Eastern just after Relkin's picked one up from Ice Palace.
That's 3 crystals for each runner. And that's a splash delete.
Ooh.
And that's a snipe from the Zora.
Yeah, got knocked out of it, unfortunately. That was a good setup, though. Really, really well executed.
Better to get knocked out there than on this screen.
And then we're heading straight into Waterfall. What do we have here?
A water walk setup for one.
Gamma, meanwhile, is going to pick up this this GTBK on the library. We've got a small key to Turtle Rock. Imagine that.
Well, we've hinted that we need those, so... Where do you go now, Relkin? And that is a smart play from Gamma, throwing the bomb ahead to guarantee the fake flipper.
Yeah, if you get the timing on that right, it can actually be a really fast way to just put yourself against the transition. No doubt he's practiced that because he did that and made it look easy and smooth.
Gamma makes a lot of things look easy and smooth, let's be honest here.
He's played the game a little bit, yeah. All right, so we were talking about Paradox earlier, and we didn't do it earlier, but now Relkin's actually getting into Paradox. We've got another TR Small and Half Magic. Ooh.
Both useful items.
And we're going to continue into Paradox 5. What else are we going to find here? The Ice Rod. We kind of want that. Yep, that's all there is. All right. So I think now we're most likely going to continue into Dark Death Mountain and do some things here, because that seems like having... I mean, I'd guess there's probably something in Hookshot Cave, potentially, and or Super Bunny, because those weren't really accessible as much earlier.
With the heavy focus on TR Smalls we've just had, do you think maybe the medallion's up here?
That we haven't had any medallions yet, but yeah, that's entirely possible. The access to Turtle Rock may just be under the doormat here.
Which we can tell would be Quake. That is one thing that our tracker has pulled from the spoiler log for us.
Yep, that's another bit of information we get from the log. We do know that Meyer and TR both just require Quake to enter. There's a GT Small, okay.
Not strictly required, but definitely nice to pick up along the way. Similar to the Ice Palace one.
Gamma's picked up their Turtle Rock Small and Freezer Room. Gonna head down to Cold Stare now. Yep, we're heading into Hookshot Cave. So this is yeah, we could have done Paradox earlier, but it makes sense to, if you got to get stuff for Hookshot Cave, we're gonna wait until later. We can do everything in one more solid route. Yeah, there's the Quake.
I think we're going into Turtle Rock now. What do you think?
Sure looks like it. We've got Samaria, both rods. Yeah, we're doing it. Oh, getting some else first. Oh, we got a mirror to do it.
We have
right.
the mirror to get up on top.
I had a moment. Don't mind me. I was thinking about how you could just do it from the Dark World, but don't mind me.
Correct me if I'm wrong, Addy. Are we a Misery Mire Big Key from Go Mode right now?
You know, I think you're right, actually. I'm curious where it is. I'm going to look. I'm not going to say where it is. I'll let you find out.
That tells you just how fast these seeds go. We are a Misery Mire Big Key from Go Mode. We can finish every other dungeon but Misery Mire.
This is actually this is surprisingly fast, even for spoiler keys. Because we had some keys, some spoiler races that took a bit to get through because we had to do a lot of convoluted stuff like gathering pod smalls and dipping pendant dungeons. But this one's just screaming along.
I mean, you and I also had repeated instances of GT Big Key in GT, so that we're kind of a special case there.
Also Agaseeds. This one is neither an Agaseed nor a Ped Seed as far as we've seen so far. There's the big key to Misery Mire, by the way.
So, that's right there.
How fast do you want your Go Mode today?
I'd like mine in under 30 minutes.
The Ice Rod was in the middle second chest of Paradox 5. It was in Paradox, yeah.
But we are not publicly giving the log out. We like to give out surprises. So, but some people have found their way to it. It's not hidden.
Yep, and as you can see, we have 3 TR Smalls from outside. We're going to steal the Poke Key, and go ahead and continue through the dungeon, just as you like to do in pretty much any other TR. Unless there's something in lava chest, which there isn't. They don't need it.
So, it's worth noting, Relkin may seem to be fairly ahead right now, but Gamma does have a sword advantage on him.
Yeah, Gamma has a sword advantage. Gamma has also cleaned up Eastern Palace. So you notice they have their 3 crystals to 2 right now. So yeah, Relkin's ahead in TR, but that doesn't necessarily mean he's ahead overall here.
We did pick up GT Big Key. I just don't think we have a spot on the tracker for it. But GT Big Key was on... Oh, excuse me, not Gamma. Relkin takes a death. That's
unfortunate. That's again going back to this is they're running around 6 hearts green here. Like this is a very tough mode. But yes, we do have the GT Big Key. It was on library.
A whole lot of this dungeon does 4 hearts too.
Yep, this is a very late Dark World dungeon. Things do a lot of damage in here. Chain Chomps and Pokies both hit for 4. It is extremely dangerous.
And those floating skulls also do 4.
You're right, those things too, yeah.
And Trinex, of course, does 4 damage as well, so...
Yeah,
and these dead rocks do 1 heart of damage and get in the way.
Yeah, they sure do. Yeah, you basically have to do everything pretty much perfectly in here. Just do not get hit.
And even the best runners can get hit once in a while. Yeah, and those flying debris, also from the Pokies, do 4 hearts of damage. So,
yep.
Yeah, you have to be very careful in here.
Yeah, that room is, you can see Relkin has 4 hearts, so he has to be very careful to dodge those, or he would just die.
It's like these crystal rollers do 3, I believe.
So we're headed down into the dark room in TR. This room is actually very not a problem if you know how to move through it. There are only a couple different directions you have to hold to get through this with little issue. It's definitely one of the scariest dark rooms when you're learning them to do them in the dark, but once you know the pattern, this one's really not bad.
It's certainly easier to do consistently than, say, Misery Mire, which I imagine we'll be seeing here soon enough.
Yeah, like Mire Dark or Agate Tower Dark, like those are the really bad ones. All right, and Gamachu has picked up his big key on the way through the Mire Big, so they're in go mode now. Just a little bit behind Relkin and actually progressing through TR.
Yeah, the big difference here is Relkin has to do a hammer fight for speed.
Yeah, I mean, you could. Yeah, it's with Master Sword. It's about 10 hits total between rod and sword hits, whereas with the hammer it just takes 5. So it's you can just menu that, especially if you execute the backdoor really well, you can actually make a pretty quick job of it. And that's phase 1 Trinex down, just like that.
Yeah, Relkin can take exactly 1 hit from Trinex here. So ideally, just doesn't. Like that.
There we go. Makes it look easy. It's not that easy, but it's kind of easy. Trinex is really not that bad of a boss once you just have a feeling for how it moves.
His dungeon is a whole lot worse.
Oh yeah, absolutely.
Honestly, when it comes to actually fighting boss cults, there's probably one of the hardest to do low percent.
Oh yeah, that fight has so much going on. It's really one of the toughest. All right, Relkin's got the crystal from Trinex. We are going to head out Mirror immediately. We're probably going to just flute to our next dungeon, whatever dungeon they decide to do next.
Oh no, Gamma's going on an adventure.
Uh-oh, he's off the pattern, and it's tough to get yourself reoriented in the dark.
He is going on an adventure in the dark room today.
I think he's at the platform. Okay, now he knows. Yeah.
His sprite looks really ominous, floating through dark.
When it's blacked out, yeah. Stop off at the little platform there to get a couple hearts. And just going to get back on track here and get down to fighting the boss. Oops, stopping off at Laser Bridge for something here. Wonder what we got. Oh, opening safety door. Okay, that's fair, actually.
He is below 4 hearts. He wants to not die.
Yep, we are in one-shot territory. I understand 100% opening the safety door here.
Yeah, that's just I don't want to go back through Turtle Rock. Precaution.
Yep, and hopefully you don't need to use it, but if it does, if you take a hit to try next here, you're going to feel really justified in opening that door. Ooh, Anti-Fairy was in a bad position there, so he kind of juked around it, said, never mind, I'll go around, don't mind me. All right, so we do have that 1 heart, so he'll be at half a heart if he gets hit here, which is still not comfortable, but, we've got 1 hit of leniency.
It's a little bit more comfortable fight than Relkin had, though.
True. He does have a tempered sword, so he can easily take care of these heads. And yeah, you'll see with half magic, you have the option, of course, just doing a lot of spam between your sword hits and taking care of the ice head, no problem. Ooh, Roken had a little bit of trouble with the red Igors here. I need another cycle.
They're rude sometimes.
Yeah, I mean the timing window to do that really isn't really that wide. Like it's quite specific to get them done in 1 cycle.
And that was a very perfect phase 2 for Trinex on Gamma's side.
Yeah, that was really ideal. We got simultaneous crystal grabs here. The trick I heard and I like to kind of tell people to teach is you hold your sword out like that while Trinex is exploding, and the moment the shell disappears, let go of your sword's bang. You'll get that hit every time.
And now we're going. Both runners get to go to Misery Mire area.
So, Gamma's stopping off Trigon Potion. Almost to Misery Mire.
Gamma wants safety.
Gamma wants a blue drink. I understand.
Given the complete lack of safeties we've had, completely understandable.
Yes, absolutely. All right, we're going to 6. Yep. Yeah, so, I mean, Relkin's a little bit ahead getting into Mire here, but yeah, this Gamma has a sword advantage, absolutely. And a 1 heart advantage, actually. And when things are hitting for, like, even numbers consistently, that 1 heart could actually make a difference.
The other thing to note, specifically for this dungeon and this upcoming fight with Vitreous, the arrow advantage could be some...
That was yellow.
The screen just go bright yellow?
That was very yellow, yes. But we're back. We're okay. That was an extreme close-up of Pichu.
Extreme close-up of Pichu.
Anyway, you were saying?
The arrow advantage could mean something in this Vitreous fight, but Relkin's picked up a bunch of arrows. So.
Oh yeah, the Wizrobes have been dropping them. They're in that pack, so we're fine there. Yeah, this Vitreous will be a tough fight here because having a tempered sword can actually be a really big deal. Like if you're a practiced NMG runner, like 7 hearts, like you can deal with that. You can just take like 3-4 hearts of damage just working on the just taking from the acid and doing an NMG fight, no problem. And tempered sword really enables that, and you really can't get away with that so much with Master Sword.
Meanwhile, we're about to have a very dark scene.
Yeah, so this is another potential equalizer or race like lead shifter here. Like Dark Mire can be very tricky to execute, but Relkin has handled Spooky just fine through it. He's got it.
Gamma's foregoing Spooky, but did you see how quickly Gamma got through that first dark room with the switch?
Yeah,
which I think is the hardest part of this dark room.
Absolutely. That switch room is terrible. Even when you have the lamp, it's an awful room. It's very easy to get disoriented in the dark and have no idea where the switch is.
I didn't know you could throw the block with Spooky active. Oh no.
Oh, that's unfortunate. We were just saying Vitreous is a dangerous boss, and that has been proven to us.
Yeah. On our current equipment, each of these little eyeballs is doing 4 hearts of damage, and Relkin is going to desert.
Yep. So this is a kind of on-the-fly reroute. We're gonna say, go just clear the landmost because that will give us a full refill, and then we can have probably another shot at Meyer after this. We'll come back in with full health, which gives us sword beams for Meyer too, and we'll see another run at Vitreous.
And unfortunately for Relkin, Gamma doesn't die to Vitreous, so
yeah, this is big.
Misery Meyer with a Dark Room and low percent can be the equalizer of the run.
And that is 6 crystals for Gamachu. He'll be able to mirror out and follow Relkin into the back of desert, and then we're going to be on our way up the mountain.
And given our equipment, we'll be going up the mountain into GT and straight up, unless something is like in Hope Room. I think it'd have to be a sword or silvers or both in Hope Room. At this point, though. Actually, it might. I think I can see a runner stopping for a blue mail. Just to make. Because blue mail put both. Or at least put Gamma in a. It'd take phases 1 and 2 of Ganon from 1 open hit to 2.
Yeah, and if one more hit can just be a huge deal in this mode. All right, so Relkin's out. Looks like we're gonna do a flute. Probably gonna grab a potion, or maybe just head right back to 6. Yeah, we're gonna stop off for safety. That's a really good idea.
It is better to have the safety and not need it.
With half magic, decide that a red is plenty enough.
We're not using that much magic in Meyer Dark Maze.
No, really not, and we don't have any invulnerability items to fight Vitreous with. So, yep, red will be just fine. And Gamachu has done it. He's got his 7th crystal from the Lenmulus. We have already obtained the Ganon's Tower Big Key, so there's no guessing to be done. We know where he's going next.
I mean, there wasn't any guessing to be done anyways. Gamma's Tempered Sword is in the back of Pod.
Yep, it was in Pod Rupee Basement right. So, I guess we could talk about it, actually. The other sword is also in Pod, but not quite in Pod. There's a mushroom
pedestal.
No, there's a mushroom in Palace of Darkness in the big key chest. Guess what that mushroom turns into?
They use alchemy to turn a mushroom into a sword.
Yeah, Pendant Pod was responsible for 2 of our swords in this one, and I think we feel comfortable in saying Relkin's probably not obtaining either of them at this point.
Yeah, and like I said, the biggest thing Gamma had going in this was sword advantage.
Yeah, that route to grab the temper from Pod has proven, honestly, to be a very big deal. That was a very good call on their part. I understand if like the other side, like Relkin just going with Master, if you think you can get through the game and on Master, like, by all means, that could save you enough time that it's not worth going into Pod for it, but yeah, the decision, on Gamma's side has definitely been worth it. All right, here we go. We are opening the Ganon's Tower. It is very likely that we just see him go straight to the top. It's quite unlikely that we stop off or anything, unless there's like another bow that's like in Hope Room or something. Oh, actually, what do we got? Oh, wait, he needs keys. He doesn't have any GT smalls. Oh, wow.
He needs to get the key from the left side.
Okay, so we do need the pot key. All right. So we saw Relkin, I think, pick up 1 GT small, so he's got that in the pocket already.
Yeah, GT small. There was one in Super Bunny Cave.
Yeah, you're right. So they opted to pick that one up.
Be careful, please, Relkin.
All right, we're good this time. He's got 9 arrows. That's enough. We'll be okay here.
He's going to need to pick up arrows before he can go up GT now, too. And Gamma got stuck on those blocks for a moment.
17 arrows, so we are A-OK for the Mimic rooms here, and the Mimics are dropping. They're in the Hearts and Arrows prize pack, so we're very much okay on arrows.
Dancing around those lasers.
Yeah, that room's still scary. Beamos hit for what, like 2 or 3 on green? I forget.
1.
Is it just 1, really?
BMOs do 1 on all.
Oh, they are like that. Okay, weird. Usually that damage class is reserved for like environmental stuff like spikes and fire.
I mean, I guess lasers count as an environment.
I don't know about that.
I think you're mixing up the laser statue with the laser eye. The laser eye does 4.
Oh, yeah, those hurt a lot. And Gamma is into Gauntlet. Going to show us, again, with a Tempered Sword in Gauntlet is going to be another big advantage. Being able to dash through the Zazax and just kill them with 1 hit. Getting some good RNG here, actually. That's really good. That dash in Gauntlet 4 doesn't always work. Depends on how far left or right the red Zazak moves.
Oh, good. There's arrows into Bunny Cave. Relkin
Beautiful.
is picking up both. The fact that Relkin was able to get those arrows is very useful to him.
Yeah, the 11 will be enough to get him through GT climb. Yeah, you won't have to worry about that. That's a very good kind of like late, like, are there any arrows on the path? And your pilot's looking, oh yeah, they're in Super Bunny. Get that other chest.
Yeah.
So what?
Really
Well, like we said earlier, like the pilot's job is mostly done by the time you hit like the late game in your go mode, but they can still definitely be helpful in finding like some late like emergency pickups, like a 10 arrow pack.
Relkin had a little trouble getting that hook climb going.
Oh, we're stopping at what's
Stopping
ooh.
at Hope Room?
What do we have here? Maybe another heart. Wait, we're going right? Oh, what?
Relkin?
There must be something worth it over here. Like, really worth it. Like, there has to be, like, silvers over here for this to be worth it.
I'm not even sure if silvers are worth it at this point. Well, actually, on Master.
With Master Sword, absolutely. If silvers are over here, you do that, 100%.
Yeah, this has to be silvers.
Because Master Sword Silverless Ganon is an awful, awful fight. It is a huge grind that takes minutes, and silvers will eradicate a lot of that work. Yeah, there's the second bow and compass room. Okay.
That's...
And powder. Oh, wow. And a heart. That's actually a nice compass room for being this late. And he gets the key, of course. And Gamma has taken care of the Moldorm 2 on the other side. Shows us there's a 3-bomb pack in the Moldorm chest. And we are up to fight Aga 2 in just a few seconds here.
The silvers, unfortunately, won't be enough unless something catastrophic happens on this Ganon. But...
yeah, this is definitely Gamma's race to lose at this point. He's in the driver's seat here at the top of the tower while Relkin is just now starting the climb. But entirely possible. Things could go horribly wrong, but of course we hope not.
I mean, he is still in... Ganon will one-shot you with a hug territory. That was a beautiful triple.
Yeah, I didn't think he was going to get that one. That was good. Yep, so green mail. Ganon will hug you for 8 hearts. Do not touch the pig.
The pig does not like hugs. Do not hug.
Social distancing, everyone. Even when fighting your worst enemy, the tyrant of the land, respect social distancing.
You know how much I'm hoping that after we make that joke, we get the "Don't stand so close to me" quote.
That would be so good, wouldn't it? Hang on, we're gonna find out. No, we got bacon.
There's some good randomized quotes in this.
Just bacon facts. I was gonna say also, silver arrows can actually help on the climb a lot because like the silvers they just kill pretty much everything in one shot. Let's freeze up some of your magic so you know you have enough for taking care of like landmos 2 and torches without having to refill.
Or just land every silver on the landmos.
Makes it look easy. It's not quite that easy.
It's not even close to that easy.
Silver arrows are laggy and slow, but if you know the timing, you can make it work. All right, Gamma's in phase 3 already, showing off that Tempered Sword is very much an upgrade. They're in the tower. Yep, we know. Thanks. Gets the torch glitch easily with the fire rod. We are 10 spins away from victory here.
Did he just shoot a fire rod shot?
He did.
Gamma the pig is fireproof.
I might have to ask him about that in a moment here. Halfway there, 6 to go.
Actually, I think it's at 5 because I think he got that first hit right after quote.
I might be off by 1. You're right. I mean, Rel can scream up the tower here. He got
the first hit of that quote.
Yep, there we go.
Don't fall off, Gamma.
This is very much a blink and you miss it seed. Gamma has defeated Ganon and will be taking Game 3 in this series, assuming he can cross the final bridge of perils. He has done it.
Yeah,
and that's going to be... Yep, you do it. I can't talk, apparently.
Well, ZSR bot just told it in chat for us, but official time of 49 minutes and 7 seconds. That is an insane time.
This was a crazy fast seed, and he executed it beautifully.
And we welcome to the voice booth, Gamachu. G Gamma, and is that Moogle joining us as well?
It is. GG's.
Yo, hello, GG's. Thank you.
Congratulations, you two. What a crazy fast seed this was. I'm still just blown away the fact that we're done in under 50 minutes. It's crazy.
Yeah, I was not even paying attention to how fast we were doing this seed. I was just focused on, like, oh, I don't want to die. I don't want to do any, try to avoid any low percentage we can. When we kind of hit go mode, I didn't even really hit me until he's all like, we could practically finish in under 50 minutes potentially. I'm like, oh yeah, we can. I was just kind of a little afraid of going in Vidi without the lamp. Tempered Sword made me feel good, but he also gave me some heads up on some unfortunate things that happened for Relkin.
Yeah, unfortunately, Relkin did take a death to Vitreous.
Yeah. Though that's just feels terrible.
Yeah, dying in Vitreous in particular is a really big time lost. I think that was pretty much what sealed it. Yeah, your guys' call to go for the Tempered Sword and Pod, I think, was very good. Like that definitely paid for itself.
Yeah,
the routing worked nice.
Yeah, he worked it in so that I could get the Tempered Sword Zelda as it can before I had to go fight the scary bosses like Trinex and Vidi. So it was a big huge weight off my shoulder to make it much more easier for me.
We've got Relkin doing Samaria Master Sword strats. You don't get to see this very often.
Yeah, there's not a lot of your top end runners will do this, but I don't see a lot of many other people do this.
Yeah, and it's tricky to pull off because there's very precise positioning, and you have to when you're spinning, it's not as easy as just like holding it again, and like you have to manage your knockback very precisely to stay in that position where you keep getting the spins.
Oh, be careful, Relkin.
Oh, that's sketchy. 2 hearts. Please don't die here. He's very bold. He's going for it. I think he has 2 hits left. Now you wait this one out. There's no way to get in there, not safely.
That spot is the worst spot for Ganon to go in phase 2.
It is. This one's not much better unless you can get inside as the circle's forming. I think that's 12.
Yeah, I think that's the 12th hit. I think we only got 1 hit on that last Samaria block, is what happened.
Yeah, that last block was a single. Yeah. All right, here we go. Here we're in phase 3. Not so bad anymore. Oh, no. That fireback came out of nowhere. Jeez.
Where did it come from?
Where did that fireback come from? That was a straight line drive.
I think that was the firebat from the previous circle.
Why was it still there? That was wild. I don't blame him for dying there because I sure as heck didn't see that one coming. All right, so we're going to grab another red potion here and flute back to the pyramid and get back to it here. Yeah.
That was unfortunate. So, any comments on this seed from Team Dodgers Gone Wild?
I mean, this seed was not the most terrible overall. I'm kind of glad it just, we had managed to get an early food on our way to Kakariko. It felt not too terrible, really. The lamp being in a bad spot for us, but Fire Rod being easily available was pretty nice, so the lamp didn't bother me. And
yeah, the hardest part early on, I think, was just trying to figure out if we had to double dip Eastern or not. Only because, like, literally right after Kakariko, you wanted to get to the mountain. So it was like, do we need to double dip Eastern? Where's the bow? The bow's not really accessible. Because we had to get that Hera big key to get the goodies upstairs. But otherwise, it was, I think, pretty straightforward. Also, like, making sure that you hit up the Mire Shed checkerboard stuff before doing Thieves Town. Just a couple of those things, like, I see where people could get slipped up doing a couple things out of order, but otherwise it was pretty straightforward, I think.
Yeah, you definitely had to be attentive. There was that back and forth between the Village of Outcasts and the Mire area was a little bit rude of keys, but just keys things.
Yeah, and then the biggest part was trying to make sure we could get the 2 pod keys to get the sword out of pod, because we had to go in there for the TR key. The other TR key was not in a bad spot, but it was in Waterfall Ferry, so you'd have to fake flipper again to go get it. So, given we had to go back to Eastern, it was like, let's see if we can route in 2 pod keys, and we were able to do so to get that sword. So I knew that was going to be a huge help for the big bosses.
Yeah.
Relkin splash deleted from Ice Palace to get that small key from Waterfall Ferry. Also, Gamma made mention of the lamp being in a kind of bad spot. Can you spoil 4th chat where the lamp is today?
Yeah, Zor's Ledge. Our favorite spot after the last seed.
Are you telling me we've had 2 seeds for this tournament with a Zora's Ledge item in a row?
Yeah. This one
not
glad
so
it was
rude.
kind of, more like an optional thing, like if we really wanted it, to play it super safe, but it's not, not really needed.
And on Roken's side, we have a defeated Ganon. GG's to them. They are in the race, in the commentary booth with us. Well done to you two. That was definitely a tough seed to run.
GG's, guys.
GG's.
Hey, GG's, dudes. Congrats on your tourney win.
Yeah, thanks, man.
Thanks, man. I never thought I'd win anything in Rando, so it feels really good, to be honest.
Hey, man, it can happen to anyone.
Yeah, GG's to Relkin and 1UP for giving us a good show here. We've had an amazing 3-game series here to watch.
So I will say one thing I'm kind of curious about. I guess which was the extra pod small that you grabbed, or did you go down the right side?
No, we had one from Skull. We did the Skullwoods big. Where was it?
It was Lost Woods area. Lost Woods. Yeah, the Lost Woods was our first key.
Okay.
And then we did Thieves Town blind.
Right,
So
yeah,
when
that one, you knew that one.
Our usual starting play is just to go straight to the Mushroom Lost Woods stuff. So if there's like anything that looks like it might be a value, we always just grab it. So having bombs with the pod key there was like, hey, just go get those things while I start looking around. So he did the Mushroom Lost Woods hideout and then went right into the well.
Yeah, with something like a pod small, like right at the beginning, you're just like, you may as well just get it because you haven't had time to figure out how many pod smalls you're going to need. So it's just like, you just grab it. Yeah. And that worked out in your favor.
Yeah. Especially a pod key. Like, even if it's a pendant, odds are you typically might have to dip it anyway. So
it's like there's 14 items there.
Yeah. So you said you went straight to the well. Did you get a bomb before the well?
Yeah, there were bombs in the Lost hideout.
Oh no, 1-up.
Oh geez, were there? I must have missed
Oh
that.
no. I had to go back. I had to go do 50-50 farming in the bottom left of CAC.
What was in the back of the well again? The Mama well?
The flute.
Oh, right. Oh, that's, yeah.
Yeah, the well had everything. I basically said, just go to the well, grab every chest, and then let me look around for everything else.
We were talking about that earlier. I'm like, pretty sure just told him, go to the well, get all the things while I look through the log, because you're scrambling for time at the beginning. Yeah.
Yeah, there was that pod key and the bombs. So he grabbed those. I told him to go to the well, and then we started to figure some stuff out from there.
Identical collection rates, by the way, 49 checks for both of you. That's a hallmark of a spoiler right there, if I've ever seen one.
Oh, really? Wow.
I am pretty sure Gamma just ran the fastest seed of the tournament. So
that very well could be, because like, even for spoiler keys, like, this is screaming fast. Like, this seed didn't want you to touch Pendant Swamp at all, which is just like, green Pendant Swamp. You could have had so many things in there. Nope, it was empty.
Yeah, I think Adelor and I's favorite thing to consider is, imagine somebody playing the seed without a spoiler log.
You would definitely get baited into Swamp because, that's kind of hard to resist, right?
Green Pendant Swamp. It's very dense.
Yeah, the flippers were early on too. They were in Hyrule Castle, but Moogle was able to look through the log really quick. Like, you don't need anything in there. There's nothing of value. Like, okay, good. We avoid the flippers.
I mean, the uncle had something, so.
Yeah, the uncle had
the flippers though. So I told him, hey, go grab the uncle chest and then go get the flippers in the second chest. And he's like, well, he's like, we need to do Swamp. And I'm like, hang on, there's a key in there. So the desert small key is in Swamp. So then I immediately went to see if we needed anything from desert, and we didn't. So I was like, yeah, you don't need those flippers. Never mind. Don't bother. Go getting them.
No, I just meant that you say nothing in the castle. Well, I mean.
No. It was.
Yeah.
Sorry.
That's all.
The flippers, yeah.
I mean, but I'm just saying the glove was in the uncle, and I was saying I consider that part of the castle just from like how I look at the log. They group those in the castle checks together in the log, so.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think we're just speaking past each other. He was definitely going to go there. It was just, do you take the time to go to the second chest to get the flippers? So.
Yeah, I think 1-up also did that. He discovered there wasn't anything in Swamp. But yeah, like you said, the desert small, but we didn't need it. Like, I did forget I didn't have flippers when I tried to go to ice. I had to set up the NMG big flipper there. But yeah, no flippers needed. Oh, did you guys splash delete on your way to the, what was that, the Turtle Rock small key?
So we didn't get that key. That was, we got the key from Pod because we had the keys.
Oh, okay. I
see.
To
get the sword. Yeah, there was a TR key in the Stalfos basement.
I see.
Yeah, and you guys having two pod keys, it's like, it really worked out well because you could get that TR small and the sword at the same time.
Yeah, 1-up and I were talking about it, and we just thought that seemed like too out of the way to go to Pod just for a sword, and so we just decided against it. I think we get silvers and GT, if anything.
Yeah, especially with having skipped the pod key in the beginning and like Skull being a pendant, it's like, well, like if we're gonna go back later to clean it up, like now we have to go out of our way to get the second pod key, or else we have to go down the right side of Pod or something.
Oh yeah, because your pod keys are everywhere. Geez, there are 2 of them in TR, 1 in GT. Like, geez, okay.
So there was one in Skull Woods too. It was the map chest, so it wasn't terrible to get. And so I was actually considering getting that one instead, but when we had the second one from Blind, it was like, oh wait, we actually don't need the third, because he had to go to Skullwoods to get the Eastern Key anyway.
Oh right.
Yep. Almost had a think pendant moment because 1-up was talking about, do we need to beat Skullwoods? Because they don't have that marked, but it's, I guess he thought maybe you marked as a crystal or just didn't mark it yet as a crystal. So it's like, oh shoot, you didn't beat Skullwoods? Like,
yeah,
you told me it's a pendant.
It was kind of funny because like I had told Relkin what the pendants were early, and there was the fire rod and Thieves Town, and I'm just telling him like what he has to do, and of course he has to go up to the back of Skull Woods, and like I'm busy looking at the logs, so like I'm not watching him clear dungeons or anything. And like it wasn't until 20 or 30 minutes later when I'm checking streams to like compare and see where we are relative. I'm like, oh, wow, Skull was a pendant, wasn't it?
Yeah. Well, and Mothula had the book, so that was like another thing. Oh, do we actually need the book for anything? Yeah, Skullwoods was trying to trick us, I think.
Oh, okay. Back to the silvers. I'm surprised you guys didn't go grab them. I mean, I guess may have not been a time save, but you could have grabbed them if you wanted to, since how behind we were at that point.
Yeah.
It's not really. I had half magic, so I was gonna just use fire rod to just clear through everything, and the blue potion as a backup in case I really run out. So it's not something like I don't think it's worth it. It's like a wash.
Yeah, see, I guess from my point of view, if I was in your shoes, I might have considered grabbing them because I didn't have the lamp. Because if I miss Torch Glitch, then I might end up wasting more time and at the end, and might throw the game away because of that. But you guys pressed on without it, so I was like, okay, they're gonna do Torch Glitch with all this pressure or lack thereof.
We had the blue potion and the half magic, so.
Yeah, I mean, you were gonna be fine regardless. I get that, but sometimes if I mess up Torch Glitch, I get a little nervous, So
yeah, I believe in Gamma.
Yeah, thanks. Yeah, luckily I just didn't miss a Torch Glitch there.
But Relkin is correct. This would be a high pressure situation, especially with the pressure of this being game 3 of 3.
Yeah,
So.
To be honest. We did consider it briefly, and we were like, I told Gamma, I'm like, you have to go for the sub 50, so you're not getting it. Go upstairs.
Got to go for sub 50. Understandable.
Yeah.
All right, guys. Well, I think we're getting about the point we're ready to wrap up here. So once again, congratulations to Gamachu and Moogle Charm for taking first place in this grand final best of 3. Really fantastic series. And I think we couldn't have asked for a better way to end it.
Yeah, this was definitely fun to join. GG's again to all the runners, and Relkin won up right here, making it to finals. This is definitely fun, along with Moogle Charm here, piloting me all the way here. And everybody, too, for joining in.
Thank you.
Congrats to Gamma and Moogle. That was a fun series. And, yeah, I mean, it's unfortunate that we lost the last game, but that's the way it goes sometimes. So, congrats again.
Yep, congrats again to you guys. And, yeah, like One Up said, just a couple little mistakes like I had would, be the difference maker and really sink us. But yeah, you guys deserve it. You played really well entire tournament. So yeah, once again, GG's, and thanks to ZSR for the final restreams for this tournament. That was kind of a nice pleasant surprise there.
Indeed, it was an awesome surprise. All right, we good to wrap up?
I think so. Take it away, Ricky.
All right,
Go ahead, Ricky.
All right, so as one of the administrators of this tournament, I want to congratulate, once again, Dodgers Gone Wild did a fantastic job. Went undefeated in groups and brackets up until Friday when If You Can't Beat 'Em, Pilot 'Em actually took a win off of them. So just awesome run there. And If You Can't Beat 'Em, Pilot Them had to do an extra round in the brackets and went undefeated through the brackets until these grand finals. So both teams, fantastic players, really fun to watch. Major thanks again to ZSR for letting us restream the semifinals and grand finals of these teams. Really wonderful stuff. And thank you to our commentators, Brain, Adalor, and Zeke Highwind for jumping in here. Thank you to our trackers, Scott G239. And thank you to everyone for watching. I hope you all had a fantastic time. Coming up in a couple hours at 7 p.m. Eastern, we have more Link to the Past Randomizer action. This time it's the Cross Keys tournament. Game 3 between Goomba and Zelda Dasan. So another hype match to watch in just a couple hours. Hope you check in for that. And with that, we're going to sign off here. Thank you for watching, everybody. Hope you had a wonderful time and have a fantastic rest of your day. Bye!